Welcome, my name's Nathan and you're watching Meathook Leatherworks. Join me as I begin the process of building one of my signature Coffin wallets. In this video, I'll show an overview of what it takes to prepare each of the 5 pieces that I use to assemble one of these bad boys. Each wallet is hand cut from a hide of full grain vegetable tan leather. Every piece of leather is hand-picked by me, taking into account its thickness, its density, color, and even its own unique collection of natural markings. Right here, I'm cutting a stitching groove into the face of the wallet to keep the thread down, tucked down below the surface to protect it from fraying or getting snagged on something and causing it to fail. Now I'm using a pattern that I laminated to show me where to mark and cut the stitching grooves to outline the coffin shape on the front and back of each wallet. Here I go again with the stitching grooves. These interior pieces get assembled to create slots in the wallet to hold your dollar bills. These interior pieces with a V-cut will come together to form the pockets to hold your debit cards. Getting out another pattern here to line up holes for the closure snaps. I'll add the actual metal snaps in a later step. And of course, you know, I gotta bust out my old friend, the old stitching groover, get those interior stitch lines nice and settled. Here I'm using an edge beveling tool to soften the edge profile of these pieces here. I do this to round out and soften the feel for an added level of fit and finish to each of the wallets. This is the step where I get to finalize those edges I just worked on. Using that edge beveler leaves a round but rough feeling edge. So I use this stuff here. It's called gum tragacanth. It's a lubricant that's used to help me guide the edges into a slick and smooth feeling finish. This wooden guy right here is my edge burnishing tool. It is a must-have tool to get these edges whipped into shape for that professional feel. Some of these clips show me working anywhere between 400 and 550 times my normal working speed. Some more edge work in store for me. I'm rubbing a thin coat of beeswax to lock in the shape and add a bit of protection to keep these edges round and tight. I'm using a small piece of canvas to massage the beeswax into the pores of the leather. The small bit of heat generated when I run the canvas on the edge sort of melts the wax to absorb a little deeper into the leather. And on to the next step. Time to pop some holes into these card slots for stitching. Now, even though I use a heavy-duty leather sewing machine to assemble these, I still hand punch holes to keep each wallet looking uniform. I use these chisels to place each stitch hole in the same spot on each wallet. You'll get a chance to see me stitching on my machine in the next video where I get to assemble these prepared pieces. Here I'm adding stitching grooves to the inside of the wallet face. How would you know you had a product by Meathook Leatherworks without one of my maker's marks? I need to moisten the leather with water to accept the impression from my stamp. Then I'll swing Big Bertha here a couple of times to get that impression seated just right. Here's where I prep the interior for glue up. I use contact cement for all of my leather gluing needs. I'm using these wing dividers here to mark where my glue lines are going to end. Once they're marked out, I can use a sanding block with 150 grit sandpaper to go through and open up the pores to accept the contact cement better. The sanding ensures a solid, no compromise bond for years of use. As tedious as this step is, I do think it's really necessary to go through and sand all of these edges to ensure that the glue holds up over time. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram page, guys. You can find me there at Meathook Leatherworks. Feel free to comment on my pictures, like them, drop me a message, come say hey. Give me an idea of what you want to see. I'm so glad I sped up this bit of footage. This sanding takes forever, but like I said, it's necessary. Which process are you looking forward to seeing in real time? Think about it, let me know in the comments. And now here's me prepping the snap closure set. Since I use a thinner leather than what these snaps are meant for, I need to take a couple of minutes and trim the post to make a custom size. I put a small nail into the post and then use a small set of bolt cutters to get the size just right. The cutters I use leave a wild looking edge on the post end, so I take some smooth pliers and reshape it a bit. And that's a wrap for prep work on these pieces. Keep your eyes peeled for the next video that's going to show what it takes to build one of my signature coffin wallets. And please, if you could, take a moment to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, check out my shorts, share the video, comment, do all the things. And thanks again for taking the time to hang out with me. I really can't wait to hang out again.